ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're all having a great and wonderful day. Well, what we have here is another very sad and unfortunate case. All right, it's very disappointing. It's very sad that we have to deal with this, and of course, we also have the other victim in question here because why not? Because we always know who the victim shall the perpetrator shall be, right? So without further ado, my friends, let's get into this. So again, what this is about is that is a brutal hatchet attack in Tucson leaves man on life support. This is from Kyle Becker. Daniel Michael, a Tucson man, is being held on a $1 million bond after being accused of a shocking attack on a total stranger in broad daylight. Jacob Cooch and his wife Kristen were traveling home to Arab, Alabama after spending nearly a year in Los Angeles coping with the loss of their stillborn son. We felt like maybe like moving, like going somewhere different, like would help, but will help us like grieve, but it didn't. Kristen says the stunning attack on Jacob Cooch was unprovoked. My husband bent down to get our stuff, and he just came behind him and she gestured as she was swinging a hatchet and walked away. The blow severed an artery in Jacob's neck. He is now on life support with a severe brain injury. It doesn't look good, said his brother Jacob Cooch. 3 days later, police arrested Michael, who reportedly admitted to the attack after initially denying involvement. The suspect told investigators he had been heavily drinking and thought Jacob was using drugs. Because because that's a reason to attack somebody and end their life is to you suspect that they're using drugs, so you're just gonna kill them. Yeah, that's unalive them, mind you. Yeah, that's the right thing to do. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Michael said he struck Jacob after seeing him reach into his pocket. Don't expect outrage from the mainstream media. It's yet another brutal attack doesn't fit the narrative, of course, because as I constantly say before, the liberal media, the far left media, will never, ever, ever, ever talk about this. They will refuse to talk about when a black man kills a white man because obviously it doesn't fit the narrative. It doesn't paint black people in a good light, so they won't ever do it. This is disgusting here, and that's why I keep on saying we have to solve this problem. Again, it's only been like what? It's been a full week, guys. A full week. And it's not like I'm actively looking for black people to commit crimes. It's literally I'm just finding black people committing crimes. I don't know what else to tell you guys. If all I'm doing is just doing my daily routine of doing news or whatever, and I'm finding out that a black person committed a crime, well, now I have to talk about it, right? Because now the media is not going to talk about it, so I have to talk about it. This is not my fault. Maybe we have to start addressing the bigger issues in the room here, all right? Maybe that might be the solution to this. So without further ado, my friends, this is the actual story in question.
Joining us, I'm Pat Paris. A Tucson man being held on $1 million bond after a downtown hatchet attack last week. KGUN9's Maria Stobbs speaks to the victim's family, who just recently arrived here in Tucson.
It was at this bus bench on Broadway and 6th where Tucson police say Jacob Couch was attacked by a man with a hatchet, and now his family is speaking out.
It was very traumatic, and there was a lot of blood.
After spending around 10 months in Los Angeles, Kristen and Jacob Couch, a married couple of 11 years, were on their way back to their hometown in Alabama until the unthinkable happened.
I can't remember the last time there's just been a baseless, like a senseless crime like this.
As they were waiting for the next bus in Tucson, Kristen says an unknown man started yelling at them.
I told the man we're leaving, and my husband bent down to, I guess, like get our stuff, and he just came up behind him and just walked away.
A hit to the back of Jacob's neck with a hatchet, Kristen says severing his artery, leaving him on life support.
It hurts knowing that I couldn't be there to protect him because he protected me for my whole life.
3 days after the attack, officers found the suspect, 25-year-old Daniel Michael. He's charged with aggravated assault with a dangerous instrument and causing serious physical injury, according to the probable cause statement. Now, both Kristen and David's younger brother Luke are hoping to bring light to who Jacob was.
He was such a sweet soul, such a good brother, such a good father, such a good husband. He didn't deserve this.
They say they hope a crime like this never happens again.
You don't go downtown at 10 a.m. with a hatchet and attack somebody, or you don't go down there with a hatchet and not go to cause trouble.
I just want people to remember how kind he was and to be rest assured that this was senseless.
I just don't want this man to walk free for something like this.
Michael has his first court hearing coming up later this month. Reporting from downtown, Maria Stobbs, KGUN 9.
Yeah. So as we've seen here, there was no reason. There was no reason why he attacked him. No thing at all. And it just attacked a man, ended somebody's life just because they just did it. We have this here from Lives of TED Talk, pretty much saying here that meet Daniel Michael, who was arrested in Tucson, Arizona, after he allegedly struck Jacob Cooch in the neck with a hatchet while he was sitting at a bus stop with his wife. Jacob and his wife, Kristen, were reportedly staying in Tucson to mourn the death of their son, who was a stillborn. Jacob is still now fighting for his life. Will the MSM cover this story? No, they won't, because they never cover this. And this is the person in question, right? This is the person that did it. What a great and outstanding person, right? He sounds like a very well-adjusted individual. And again, we have unfortunate news for this, guys. We have very sad news because as of today, what we have updated here says charges upgraded for suspect in Tucson hatchet attack after victim dies. So yes, the man did unfortunately pass away. It is very, very sad. It's very unfortunate that this even happened here. But again, the suspect in the brutal hatchet attack of a man in Tucson is now facing a murder charge. The family of Jacob Cooch, the victim of a brutal hatchet attack in Tucson earlier this month, died Thursday, April 17th, hours after a vigil was held for him outside Banner University Medical Center in Tucson. The family said his heart gave out. Jacob, 32, had been on life support since he was attacked at a streetcar or stop in downtown Tucson. Police said 25-year-old Daniel Michael was the man who attacked Jacob. Michael was arrested at his home 3 days after the incident. He initially faced 2 counts of aggravated assault, but detectives amended those charges to first-degree murder following Cooch's passing. His bond has been set at $1 million. His next court date is scheduled to April 28th, so 10 days from now. So hopefully we'll get to see what this low-life piece of garbage pretty much, gets. So yeah, this is it. I don't know how long this is, so we'll go look at this here. This is 2 minutes, so we're gonna do this.
Yeah, Michael. Yeah.
Please state your name.
Daniel Michael.
Mr. Michael, this is the time for your initial appearance. You are here this morning on charges of first-degree murder. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to be represented by an attorney. I am appointing the Legal Defender's Office to represent you. And you do have counsel seated next to you for the purposes of this morning's hearing, where we are going to discuss your conditions of release. I have reviewed the interim complaint describing the circumstances surrounding your charges. I have also reviewed information provided about you by pretrial services. And I have reviewed the state's recommendation, which is that you be held on a bond of $1 million. And if you are able to post bond, that you be released to the custody of pretrial services. Does the state wish to be heard further?
Your Honor, this is murder. Enough said.
And defense.
Your Honor, my understanding is that the bond was previously set at $1 million on this case in anticipation of the death of the victim. So I think $1 million just to keep the bond the same amount.
Okay, thank you. I am going to order a bond of $1 million, cash or secured. If you are released, you'll be released to the custody of pretrial services. You may not possess alcohol or illegal drugs. You may not possess any firearms or weapons. If you happen to have any firearms, you must surrender them to local law enforcement. You may have no contact of any kind with the family of the alleged victim. Do not return to the incident location. Do you understand your conditions of release, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Your next court date will be April 28th for a preliminary hearing at Pima County Justice Court. If you happen to be released and then fail to appear for court, a warrant would issue for your arrest. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. You're excused for today.
So you guys get that just here. We get the 2 minutes here. So yeah, and it says again, we have the update from Tucson, the actual place I was here. It says hatchet attack suspect now charged with first-degree murder. So yeah, this guy is not gonna see the life of day. It is very sad, but again, we are constantly going out here and we're doing news and reports of black people just committing crimes where and it's not, and like I said, guys, it's not like I'm going out and searching for this stuff, all right? It's not like I do this. Like I have other news. I have like, what's happening with Donald Trump, what's happening with the markets, etc. Things that I could actually be talking about here that would be important. But unfortunately, I have to do these news things that are a bit more important in my eye, just to let you guys know and what's going on here, right? Like, this is just disgusting. And if I am doing this many reports on black people committing these crimes without actually having to look on it, and they're actually diabolical crimes, mind you, they're not like actually just kind crimes. Like, we have 2 murders, and then we have one shooting of people of a black kid injuring 5 people. So I don't see to where we can come here as a black community, say we're the good people, we're the good guys, and we have a massive problem of violence within this country. We have to solve the problems, and until we do, we will keep on seeing this issue. So, like I said, we need to tackle it. We need to come to the community and say, like, hey, we have a problem, guys. We need to solve it. How do we do it? And that's going to be a lot of other issues that we have to tackle, but we can't be hiding in the bush anymore. This is ridiculous. This is absurd. I feel sad for the kids. I feel sad for the wife. I feel sad for the family, because this is something that is completely outrageous, and this never should have happened in the first place. Cannot imagine seeing your husband getting attacked randomly for no reason at all with a bloody hatchet and ending his life. It is absolutely insane. There was absolutely no reason, and he just does it. It's insane, guys. It's insane, and I don't know how to deal with this. It's just completely senseless. All right, guys, that's it for the video. Let's guys share. As always, take care, my friends.